Hey guys, it's me, Angle, and today we're going to be talking about Venom. Venom is a dive character. He's one of the most mobile one, as example here with this. Yeah, if you see a 800, sometimes 950 pound, 950 health hero coming at you, it is pretty scary. Hey guys, before anything else, I just really like to say that, thank you for looking into my video, and I hope if you can like and subscribe, this is really gonna help me out. I really love making content, and I love to bring out more. It doesn't cost anything, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, one more thing, stick around at the end, because I'm gonna show you some rollouts, like my favorite Venom spots, and... please. Thank you. So we're first gonna be talking about is his weapon. His weapon is a melee weapon, melee range. But one thing that you need to keep an eye on is it's ranged. It's very ranged. You can go from almost all the way over here. Let's see, that's about actually 14 meters it reaches. And another thing that's kind of interesting about this melee attack as well is that it can headshot. Here's the difference between this and from body shots and headshots. It's very worthwhile to go for, but that can be difficult. So what I'd say, like especially from this range here, like let's say they're moving around, you have to be very precise. So you have to be more precise the farther you are. Also, one thing as well is that they are their own attacks as well, so it's not going to be... oh, if I can get a good example here. Okay, this is here. You see that they come from multiple sides, so it's good. There's gonna be some times where you're peeking, let's say a corner like here. You're gonna have two of your tentacles hit the wall, and the other two actually hit the opponent. So it's best not really to hug tight, to hug the corners tight, because then you're gonna reduce the damage there. Alrighty, so Venom Swing is gonna be one of his abilities, his most important movement ability. It is your bread and butter. You need to learn how to use this to do well. After you use it, you're going to be on an 8-second cooldown, but here, let me just give you an example. Let's turn this off. There we are. There we go. We have it for 8 seconds, and from there, you're just going to have to wait, and that's basically your main movement. Apart from anything else, there is a couple of other things I'm going to know on about this, but for that, that's just the bread and butter for the meantime. Next, we're going to be talking about his defensive tool. Since he is a Vanguard, it's gonna take some time. Okay, this will be a good example. So basically, what his ability does, his E, is that it gives you overhealth. It gives you overhealth of 100 starting in the base. So if you're 100% full health, you're only gonna receive 100 health from it. But the good thing is, if you're in, since you are a dive character, if you're in and you're taking a lot of damage and you think you're going to die, just press E. You have more than 1,000 health. The downside is it goes down quickly, especially with the damage that they do to you. It can be dangerous, but the best thing to do is once you're in, press E, swing, and then dive out when necessary. When it starts going down, technically. Alrighty, now that we have his swing and his E, we're gonna go with his next ability, the dive. So this is gonna be keybinded to F. And from this, Frenzied Arrival does 65 damage right in the center. But after 2 meters here, this is where it starts to fall off to 40%. So that drops around to 37, 38 damage. Which is still good, it's still amazing to do. It's just, it's good. It's more rewarding to hit him right in the center. So you hit him here, look at the difference between this and this. His next move is going to be his ability, Cellular Corrosion. So what Cellular Corrosion is when you're nearby enemies, you right click on the mouse and you get connected to these lassos to them. With that, when they're in here, they're slowed down, and if they can't break this connection from them, they do take, let's see if I'm correct, they do take 80 damage, which is a hefty amount of damage right here. Whew. So for this, this also goes to cooldown after 8 seconds, and you basically will have it. You should definitely go in every time you have that, because if not, you're missing out on 80 damage. It slows them down, easier to hit, especially with being really precise at a longer distance. You can't necessarily afford to do any more less damage. Now we're going to be talking about the team up ability. Actually, in the beginning, I did get that incorrect from his there. Since he is the anchor of the ability itself, he has, for this season, 150 max health. So from that here, he should be having 650 instead of the 800 now, which will change later on after the season. But since he's the anchor, he gets that little passive bonus, and at the end, it gives Penny Parker and Spider-Man this little explosion effect. Since Spider-Man is diving, mostly diving with you, and is a diving hero, it is the best for him. Penny Parker is more just a getaway tool, but if she's already in there, she is gonna die. So yeah, honestly, it's a pretty good team up. Not the best, but also not the worst there. Now we're gonna be talking about. Let's take a look. We're gonna be talking about his combos. Now, one thing that I really do love doing, apart from that's a little bit different from all the other Venoms, is his melee. With his melee, it's a 3-hit combo, and that looks relatively like a lot of damage. That's like about 90 damage right there. So it's a nice little combo. But what I like doing it with the most is the swinging combos. So since you are a dive character, the bread and butter for Venom is you go around, you swing, once you're there, you dive, and then right click. That's what most Venoms you'll see do, because from there, look, it does. They only have 100 health left out of 250. That's 150 just by diving and right clicking. That's not even shooting. Once you get a couple of shots in there, they die, which is genuinely amazing. I really do love that. But the thing is, I like being a little bit more accurate, since while you're up close, you have to be a little bit more precise. You have to be like right on the money, and if a character like, let's say, Luna Snow, it's the worst thing to hit. It's impossible to hit her. So what you do is you swing, you go up. Let's just say this. Go here, you dive, right click. Basically. So I try to land some shots, and I right click. So now we're going to be talking about Venom's ultimate. Venom's ultimate is Feast of the Abyss, and once you activate it, you have this little area effect, and when you click Devour, it does 50% equivalent to whatever the health of the enemy is, plus an additional 40. So from this to the 250 and the 40... Uh-oh, 250 is 200... 145 damage just for these small little squishy characters. Now with this, the best part is that any damage that you deal comes into overhealth. So although it might be weaker than your E, which is your resilience, when you're low, if you're coming in just to do damage, it's best to do it while healthy, because for that overhealth, it doesn't stack if you're lower than that. So let's say, for example, I'm hurting. The best way to do it, if I need a lot of overhealth, is I dive, right click, then ult, which kills these people primarily, but I have this overhealth and I still have my E to hold on to if I'm in a pickle. I have Symbiote, because once that runs out, I basically have a shift to run away from. He can be really annoying, but if controlled, let's say CCs, with crowd control, it can be difficult to get some kills. And lastly, we're going to be talking about Venom's kit. It's his passive. So his passive is called Alien Biology, which allows him to walk and crawl along the wall. This is one of the best things that you can do with Venom, especially for getting in position, because if you dive, you don't need to use your swings. So like here, like hey, I have my dive, right click, do my damage. After I do my damage, I press Ooh, taking too much damage. Alright, I'm about to die, I dip. Dip, go to your team, go here, let's say Luna Snow healing you, and boom, full health. Wait for your cooldowns, but if you really think they're in shambles, you can go in, just right click, shoot. Now my favorite part about Alien Biology is that people don't look up. With that, we're going to explain that a little bit more once we get towards the swinging and more about rollout section. So now that we're hearing the rollouts, let's say you're coming right out of spawn. This is the front. Now here's an issue what I see with most Venoms do. They where my ping is, they try to grapple onto here and get out. While that's good, sometimes it can mess you up by doing this here. So what I really like doing, so that doesn't occur, is on doorway specifically, I like pinging here, and I like going down. Sometimes I feel like looking down is a better way of going through, but it's also with looking, like walking backwards. Because when you walk forward, you do get the movement forward, but backwards is like, if it's a really tight corridor, let's say like a little doorway, or let's say an example of this, something like this, let's say if that shatters, it's kind of hard to go through with those rollouts there. Now for escaping, this is one of the best things you can do, because in doorways, whew, they are your friend if you don't mess up. But granted, because look, if you mess up, you will get stuck up here and you will die. But the best part about alien biology and the swing when you're indoors, you swing and then you hide. Because people in this game, especially while dealing with Venoms, if the ceiling is high enough, they do not look up. They're gonna chase you, they're shooting you, they see you swing, they go to the right, they think you go here, but you're right up there. You can wait for your team, let's say if your team's gonna come peel for you. Once you do that, once you get there for the peel, all you have to do is dive and then cycle your cooldowns. Once you cycle your cooldowns, amazing. Now with that, we're gonna also talk about momentum itself. When you swing, it's best, so once you get at the apex here, that's where you let go of your swing itself. Sometimes, let's say if you have a doorway here, it's best to let go early. You can let go early by pressing space or by pressing shift again. Pressing shift again, which lets you go prematurely. Now with that, we're going to be talking a really important setting for Venom itself. You notice that where I look, that's where I swing. It's because I changed a specific setting. So if you go to keyboard and you click on change hero to Venom, there's going to be this item here for the hero where it says easy swing. When you have it on, it's going to look like this. You're just going to swing wherever you have it. The issue is that you don't have specific control of where you'd like to go. An example here, I try to swing onto here so I don't get that much height, and I swung up to here. So what you do, again, is go to settings, go to keyboard, go to your Venom character, to your Venom hero, and then easy swing, turn that off. There's also directional wall crawling, but I keep that regular because it can get a bit difficult, but it's whatever you learn it with. Now, again, I strongly recommend using melees if they're low and, like, let's say you got a full connection, you have your right click on them, hit them twice, they'll die to it. It's the easiest thing to hit at times because you're gonna have this big hitbox instead of these little toothpicks that you're shooting out, which is amazing. Now that we fully cleared out what Venom does, I'm going to be showing you some positions where he's really strong and a lot of people won't expect him to be, especially a couple of rollouts. They're all mostly on the same map, but honestly, that's my Venom map. So let's swap over to that. Now here we're going to be diving in, and well, it's Venom doing what he needs, but when he runs, this is the best part about alien biology. I don't get fried. Come in, get the kills, basically. I love hiding up there. Just anywhere with height, this is your best friend, trust me. Now with this is gonna be a rollout. Aim at the roof, let go around this, and boom. You dive right back into point. Literally the quickest rollout you can do. Now with this one here, this is still part of the control map. Once you hook the under, you scroll, you go down here, and then you do the dive. Once you dive, you'll be way ahead of your team. And the best part is this. You hook one of the roof here, and you just stay up here. From this, you'll be ready to strike anyone that's below you. And once again, I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching my video. And if you could please like and subscribe. This is really going to help out the algorithm and push that to more people. And Venom's my main, so if you guys like to see videos about him specifically, I'd love to show you guys. Alright, thank you for watching once again, and you have a great day.